area and volume of revolutions. We are given a function y equals sine 3x and a closed interval 0 to pi by 3. So you can see the graph we have on the right hand side. It is a sine graph, goes through the origin. You can take help from a calculator and you can see that between 0 to pi by 3 I have this portion. If I'm looking for the area enclosed by this region, so it will be the simple integral like this. For the part A, you need to do 0 to pi by 3. And then the function you have sine 3x. You write here sine 3x dx. We know that the integral of sine 3x will be 1/3 with a negative sign cosine 3x, and our limit will be 0 to pi by 3. Now, let me put 1/3 as a common here. Pi by 3, when I plug it here, I get cosine pi. So cosine pi is -1 minus cosine 0. This is also 1. So that gives me actually 2/3. So now we will be finding the volume of the solid enclosed by the region rotating about x-axis. So when you see it rotates about x-axis here, so it will form circular discs in different places starting from 0 to pi by 3. So the volume in this case will be first determine the area of the small circle, and the radius here is y, as you see. So it will be pi y squared. And then we will be taking integral 0 to pi by 3, which is the volume here in this case. And it goes on x-axis. Look at the circles moving. The discs are moving on x-axis. So then integral will be with respect to x. So we have y squared dx. Now we can see what is our y squared. So that is giving me 0 to pi by 3, then pi sine squared 3x dx. And you guys already know how to integrate sine squared function. We know that sine squared has one trig identity where you don't have the exponents, like 1/2 1 minus cosine double of the angle. Since I have here 3x, so in our case it will be 6x. When you have x, it is 2x. So in this case, you are getting now pi over 2, 0 to pi by 3. Sine squared gives me now 1 minus cosine double of this, which is 6x dx. And now you can do the integral very easily. You have pi over 2. Integration gives you x minus this one will give you sine 6x over 6. And after that, you plug the values and simplify your answer. So let me plug the values here. X is replaced by pi by 3 here, minus sine 6 times x is replaced by pi by 3 over 6. And when you plug 0 for x, it goes to 0. Sine 0 is also 0, so that part is gone. Now, you know, this one is making it sine 2 pi, and we know sine 2 pi is also 0. So finally, we get our answer pi squared over 6. So that is the volume. So the third part, now you are making rotation of this closed region about y-axis. So when you do about y-axis, so in this case, disk method or washer method will not be good, because you can see this forming that kind of washer here. The problem is the function I have here and here is the same representation. So we cannot use that method. So now we are going a different method. It's called cylindrical shell method. So and what it is, the cylinder will rotate about y-axis. So we'll have that kind of. So we take something like this one here and say that this length from here to here is x, and the height here is h, and you know h is nothing but the function f of x. So in our case, which is sine 3x. Okay, that's my h. And we know that the surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r h. So then when I use that one here for the volume, I'm getting, it is the cylinders again moving on x-axis, right? So that's why you are taking 0 to pi by 3, and then you have 2 pi rh, and integration will be with respect to x dx. Okay, so then we are getting now 2 pi I can take outside, 0 to pi by 3. My r is x and h is the function sine 3x dx. Now when you are doing this integral, you know it is integration by parts. So we'll do that one, integration by parts. Integration by parts with the tabular method. So I'm considering x is the function on the left side and sine 3x on the right side. Take the derivative of x, which is 1, and then it goes to 0. Integral of sine 3x will be negative 1/3 cosine 3x. Again, it is 1 over 9 with a negative sign, sine 3x. Okay, and then we just collect our answer doing this type of multiplication. So now we are just multiplying. So we get x times negative 1/3 cosine 3x is x over 3 cosine 3x. And then the next one is minus minus will make it plus 1 over 9 sine 3x. And the limit goes from 0 to pi by 3. So you can easily check the result now with the interval. When you plug it here, you get negative pi over 9, and cosine 3 times pi by 3 gives you cosine pi, which is negative 1, as you know, plus when you put pi by 3 here, you get sine pi, that is 0, and then minus, I put x equals 0, so that is also gone. And then your final answer is coming out like pi by 9 and then 2 pi, that gives you 2 pi squared over 9, and that's the final answer for this problem. Thank you.